Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Ayesha from CxO Global Forum, a knowledge sharing platform for all the C-levels across Pakistan and around the globe. Every time we have some very interesting guests with us. Today as well, we have Sir Naeem Maqsood with us, who is the Chief Technology Officer at AxcelerateAI. Assalamu alaikum sir, how are you?
Walaikum salam, Aisha. I'm good, and thanks for the kind introduction.
Right. How was your day, sir? It might have been just started off. Balki,
Yeah,
you were
it's
your day around 12, right?
yeah. So it's a bit early for me. I'm a night owl, so I don't
Oh,
usually
sweet.
get up this early.
Right. Okay, sir, I would want you to introduce yourself, who basically MuhammadNaeemMaqsood is to our audience.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Naeem. I am CTO at Accelerate. I founded this company along with Shahriyar in 2022. We specialize in AI and specifically in deep learning, which is this new technology, which is enabling all the new cool things that AI is able to do, whether it is ChatGPT or whether it is some vision models. So
Right.
we have built enterprise solutions for many of our clients, and hopefully we would keep doing on so.
Right. So, sir, can you share your career journey and what led you to become the CTO of Accelerate AI?
Yeah, sure. So my career journey is a bit unconventional. So I started off as an electrical engineer, and then during my studies, during the last years of my bachelor's, I realized that electrical engineering wasn't for me, and I liked computer science more, and in that AI. So it was around 2018, start of 2019. So AI was picking up. There were these new cool papers that were releasing, new
Right.
libraries coming in, new frameworks. So then I picked this, and then I and Sharia, we basically were batchmates. So then after our graduate studies, we founded this company. So so that's how we started off Accelerate, and that's how. So I didn't have any experience in conventional software, industry. I just came from academia and then research into this. So also AI is new. I also didn't have that conventional experience. So
Right.
it's up and downs and a learning experience.
Right. So, sir, how would you describe your leadership style and approach to managing the technology team?
Yeah, sure. So I believe in um, so when I believe in giving confidence to my team when I assign some project, or when I provide them some job. And so
Right.
as I didn't have any experience in conventional industry, so I had to make up workflows, and I have to make up the processes that ensures that the projects are done. The team doesn't feel they feel confident in me and the approach that we discuss, and then that we apply to solve the problems.
Right. So, sir, what are some of your biggest challenges, I would ask, as the CTO of Accelerate AI?
So that's I think a good question. So as we're working in AI field, and we specifically just work in this, so it hasn't been established, the workflows around it, and even the job descriptions, they haven't been. So if you are machine learning engineer, you are supposed to do everything, whether it is cloud or hands-on implementing the models. So there, the challenge that I feel most is, as it is not well defined. So every new project and every new model that we train, that's like a new thing that we are doing. So standardizing the processes and standardizing the workflows, that's a challenge for me, that I think, and that's where we are now putting more focus on,
Right.
because if your processes are not standardized, then there could be some hiccups along the way when you're building things.
Right. So, sir, can you describe a significant project or technological innovation that Accelerate AI has accomplished under your leadership?
Yeah, sure. So, um, I describe my company as more of a research lab, but our
Right.
goal is not to publish papers. It is to
Mhm.
produce production uh, level models and systems.
Right.
So there, one of the things that we did was, quite remarkable, is that we came up an idea to do detection in zero shot setting, and the same idea with the same model and same process, that then later on was adopted by Microsoft, a team in Microsoft, 3 weeks after we did that, and then they released a paper. So that showed me how capable our company and our team is. And if we are given any problem and we are trying to find some solution, we are working on the boundaries of the AI.
Right. So, sir, as you yourself are from IT background and computer science, so you know that the technology is changing very rapidly. So, how do you stay updated with the current and emerging industry trends?
Yeah. I think, yeah. So that's a good question, and especially in AI, it's like changing within every week, and within 1 or 2 years, the things that were state of the art, then they just
They're just
become obsolete.
right.
Yeah, so it is very very important that you stay up to date. For that, what we did is within our company we have uh, cultivated this culture of collaboration, and then
Right.
also we have paper reading sessions, we have sessions on new tools and techniques, and
Right.
once some project gets finished, we make sure that the knowledge transfers from one team to other team. And
Okay.
as we work in services, so every new project, we do this R&D and this discovery workshops every time we get a
Right.
new project or we want to work on new issues. So that keeps us in the loop and keeps us up to date with the new trends and with the new technologies that are coming up.
Right. So, sir, what strategies do you use to foster innovation and creativity within your technology team?
Yeah. So I think for creativity, innovation, and collaboration, having and foster an open mind within the team, so they don't hesitate to ask questions, they don't hesitate to learn new
Right.
things, whether they seem basic to some
Mhm.
to some other engineer. And we try to have these so one of our core values is continuous learning. So there
Okay.
we have defined some curriculum. So it's for the people who join our team, it's like they have started the semester work again. But
Right.
there we try to be open minded that you are learning on your own pace. We just and all the other team is there to help you out, and
Right.
you are free to choose any topic or any model.
Sahi. Right. So, how do you balance the need for technological innovation and maintaining and improving the existing systems?
Yeah. So that's, I think, a tricky question because as it's evolving very rapidly,
Right.
you you can't just every new week just scrape off all of your models and all of the work that you have done. So there, what we try to do is we try to benchmark our solutions with the state of the art, and we try to see if there's a huge gap between what we have developed or what we have put into the solutions that we delivered. If there's a gap, then we try to adopt new technologies and new tools.
Sahi.
But again, it's within AI, it's just every new week, it's new things coming out. So
Right,
there, keeping the balance, that's a tricky thing. But I think we now got the hang of it. So we
right,
also are up to date and have some of our processes intact.
right. So how do you prioritize and manage multiple technological projects simultaneously?
Okay. Yeah. So that I think as an CTO, your job is to ensure that all the projects and timelines that you have provided, they get followed, and the team also follow those timelines. But
Right,
there, then the prioritization that can't happen with prioritization. For that, I have a process is that there are some. So I have a matrix in which there are some good projects in which you have you have some margin to experiment and explore new models, and then there are projects which you can use just what you have built already, and then there
right.
are some projects which align very much with our expertise and our values,
Mm-hmm.
and some which we I don't see that they would work in the long run. So just basis on these metrics, I try to see on which projects we need to prioritize and which projects which we
Right,
need to deprioritize, and then the resources are allocated based on that. Um,
right.
but it's a continuous thing. Each new week the
Definitely.
priorities change.
Bilkul.
Each new sprint the priority. Yeah.
Right. So you mentioned that it is one of your responsibility to make sure that the project ends on the deadline, right? Before the deadline, I would say. So how do you
Yeah.
handle the tight deadlines and high pressure situations within your technological team?
Yeah, so there I think yeah, being patient and being calm, that's as a leader and as being a CTO, as the team looks up to you, and if you are feeling the pressure, then the team also that gets multiplied and team also feels that pressure. So there, it's what I try to do. It's the planning, execution, and then seeing the results. But there, the communication with the clients and with your team, that's very critical. That if you see that the timelines are not going to be met, and it will put some unnecessary pressure, or it might put put off the balance work life balance of the team, then
Bilkul.
I try to be open with the clients and try to be as communicative as possible. But still, there are some days when you have to take in that pressure, and
Definitely.
when the team has to deliver. So but I'm happy. My team is very good, and we try to be, on time and deliver the projects within timelines.
Right. So, sir, what would be the one advice that you would want to give to somebody who is aspiring technological leadership, just like you as a CTO's level?
Yeah, sure. So, it's so in AI being or for an AI company being a CTO and trying to lead the team from the technical perspective, that in itself is challenging, as the AI is evolving, and you need to keep yourself up to date. You need to have the processes that keeps your team up to date.
Right.
Then also, you need to standardize the things. There, I would say, if you are somebody who is coming from a technical background, um, uh, with AI, the good thing is whether you are coming from CS background, mathematics, physics,
Right.
electrical, some other field, you can be a very good engineer, producing very good models. As it's the community of AI, it's very open source. You can find anything, being released that just would have came up 2 or 3 days ago.
Mhm.
So there, if you are coming from a technical background, there try to have some soft skills too within yourself, and also uh, try to understand things of AI from the fundamentals. Because as it's something which is changing very rapidly, there, if you
Definitely.
are not strong in your fundamentals, in your technical fundamentals, you will not be able to keep up with the with the new technology that's coming. And
Right.
if you are coming from the non-technical background,
Mhm.
they're having a strong grip on mathematics and on the theory of AI itself,
Right.
plus the leadership skills that you would have acquired from your background, they would come in handy. But if you feel you are not able to do it, it's a natural. It's if when you are in this position and in this field, it's natural to feel that there are some days when you feel that. So just keep calm and keep going.
Right. So, sir, how do you manage your work life with your personal life?
Yeah, so there I think I believe when you are building something and building from scratch, you have to make some sacrifices, and you have to prioritize your goal of what you are building over
Right.
so many others. So until now, I think this is the area where I can improve. But it's also natural, if you're building something from scratch, and if you're building, so you have to put in the work and put in the hours.
Right. So, sir, outside of work, what are some of your hobbies or I would say interests that you're passionate about?
Yeah, so I like to so I like to keep up to date with current affairs, and
Right.
like to read books on that, politics, religion, philosophy. I like that. So that's one, and also that's very necessary, I think, to keep your
Definitely.
mind simulated and stimulated, and it's because you are in a field that's rapidly changing, so to have that habit of reading, that's good. Other than this, I would say I also like cooking. I each if I'm feeling stressed out, I just experiment with the new cuisine, and with some new dishes. So that's another thing. But mainly it's now the company itself, and the solutions that we are building.
Right. So, sir, you mentioned me that you people are building up some other products or something. Would you let us know a bit about that as well?
Yeah, sure. So, first, I think a bit of context. So we started off as a services company, but and where most of the companies in Pakistan start from. They start from these services, and then they try to evolve into the product companies.
Right.
So we are also trying to do that. And it's also imperative if you're working in the AI and if you're working with the, with the state of the art models, that as it's evolving so much, you can't standardize your processes that are necessary to keep a services company running.
Mhm.
It's necessary that you transform yourself into a product company, and that's what we are trying to do now.
Right.
There we have multiple products. So the skills and the knowledge that we have acquired over our 3 years in operations, we are trying to translate that into the products and trying to solve some of the issues. One of the issues that we have highlighted and we're working on is in the I would say in the hospitality sector, the job of the front desk. That's something that could be automated and
Some
that could
resource.
be solved, with the
Right.
new models. And
Hotel.
there we are trying to. So we started from 2 hotels in Lahore, and we are building this solution and integrating with their with their workflow. And once it gets matured enough, then we would go to public release and try to market that. So what we are trying to do is that um, for these hotels or these properties that are running 24/7, the people that they have hired for the front desk, they cannot work for that long, or they can't be available on holidays or some other events. But if you have a solution, and their job is also not very much that needs I would say need much of that effort. It's mostly the simple queries and looking up from the database and then
Definitely.
providing information. There we have built uh, assistant that can be integrated with their databases and
Right.
with the hotel's communication channel. So be it a WhatsApp channel or be it the other social media platforms, the queries come in from those platforms. Then we look up from their databases automatically and then try to entertain those queries or those people with relevant information. But it's something that's in that's evolving. So we are calling this chat flows. So there are multiple flows that we would be integrating. This is the one that we started off because we believe in going to the public early on, and going with your solution early on. So you try to receive feedback early in your development stage. The real feedback, not the one that you and your team are sitting in a room and
Right.
brainstorming. And so getting the real feedback from the end user, that's very important. So there, we built these simple flows, and then we went to some of the clients. There, as we are receiving more and more feedback, we would be integrating more and more flows. Our end goal is that in in hospitality and edtech, mainly the education
Right.
institutes, and
Mm-hmm.
in the health sector, we try to automate their information retrieval processes. So,
Right.
in universities or in the students, I think it's the season to, for the admissions. The students are coming in from their high schools and they are trying to opt for the undergrads.
Right.
They want to choose. They want to choose some specific department or some specific majors, and for that they need some information. They have to go on or scour many and many of the websites and many
Mm-hmm.
links, which I
That's
think can be automated. It's a university can just provide a simple platform where they can ask questions, and based on the history and their all the information, what was the merit, what's the fee, what's the process, what are the deadlines. how
Right.
can they submit their application. Similarly, in the health tech, it's the same, the job of the front desk that can be automated, and that can provide a better experience both for the businesses or enterprises who are running those properties or those institutes, and also their end user. Um, because uh, at the end of the day, it's your your clients and their end users that you are trying to make their life easier with your products and with your projects.
Right. So you mentioned that you have been in contact with that the two of the hotels in Lahore. So the system that you've sent there, was it successful?
Yes, yes. So that's in hospitality. We have also been trying to integrate with two of the universities in Lahore. So there,
Right.
the feedback is very positive. They want to integrate and they want to have the AI into their workflows because all the people also have this FOMO fear of missing out, that if they wouldn't have AI into their workflows, they might miss something. But the product or the solution that we have built on that specifically, the feedback is very positive. Um, there, one thing is that having AI to perform consistently, that's the key to to transform some of the areas
Right.
for any industry, and that's the challenge right now for the AI. Even with the new very big high-end models, even
Right.
with them, you can see that the answers or the outputs that they produce, they are not very consistent with the same inputs and with the same data. You might get different answers every
Right.
time.
Right.
So that's specific from the institutions and in the hotels where we are trying to integrate our solution. That's one of the feedback that we are saving, and there that's where we are now. The development is going on, and hopefully in the next 2 or 3 sprints we would have some mature release with which we can go to public and then receive more and more feedback and then integrate that feedback.
Right. So finally, sir, how is your experience? How would you describe your experience with CXO Global Forum?
Yeah, so I think it's a very good initiative. There should be more such initiatives in Pakistan in the IT industry. So I would say it's one of the industries in Pakistan which are flourishing very well. And with CxO Global Forum, the outreach that they have provided, the context or the networking that they have allowed, that's very good. And I think they're with I see that each new week they're expanding their outreach. So they're expanding their platform. So that's good a good thing, and the experience has been quite good so far.
Right. So, sir, done with this short interaction here. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that our viewers would be able to learn from your talk as much as I did. And once again, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Aisha. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Take care.
Take care.